Welcome to a new video. My name is Hans. I'm simply doing the internet. None of this is financial advice. You need to listen to me at your own risk. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys the Bitcoin chart. And what we're going to do is we're going to be overlaying the altcoin charts. This includes the other sticker, which is all of the smaller cap altcoins. So these are the coins below the top 10 on CoinMarketCap ranking. The next one is we're going to put up total 2, which is the market cap excluding Bitcoin, so Ethereum and all of the altcoins, and no stable coins to confuse us. And then as well, we're going to put up total 3. Total 3 is the market cap excluding BTC, ETH, and stable coins. Now we have the Bitcoin chart over here, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a simple time study on the time frame of a bull market for Bitcoin. Now what we're going to do is we're going to measure the low from one low to the other low. This will give us a very interesting time analysis of what we can expect to happen in the future. Now, obviously, lots of lines on the chart, but we can see the candle chart is Bitcoin's price in the 2019 start of the cycle, and then we can see the altcoin line charts down below. Doesn't really matter which one we look at, most of them move quite similar to one another. If we look here and just these fib time frame tools, just look at them as percentages into the cycle. So this first data point over here, 0.382, just think about it as 38% into the cycle. Then we've got the 0.5, which is 50% into the cycle. We've got the golden ratio, which is 61% into the cycle. Then we've got 78% into the cycle, and then a full cycle complete, which is 100% of the cycle, all the way to the new low. We've got the extension here, which just shows us the next cycle, where we might be seeing these things go. So with that being said, the really important one here for us to look at is 38% into the cycle. Now, if we look at this chart and we plot a horizontal ray to where these altcoins started to break out. Now, this is the initial rally of the altcoins. They then pull back, try and break out again, and then we had the virus dump. What we can see is that these coins started breaking out of their accumulation zones in this area over here. Let's just mark it a pretty color for us so we can see it. Started breaking out here, and we can see that this coincides with the 38% into our cycle. From the bottom, 38% into the cycle, we start seeing a breakout of all of the altcoins. So if we do that and we go over to where we are currently at and we zoom in here, we can see a start of our cycle, and 38% into the cycle is pretty much right at where the halvening is. If we go back and we put in the BTC halving, we can see where the previous halvening happened at. So we start seeing an interesting, this is the line over here, just before 38% into the next cycle, the halvening happens. This also coincides with the breakout level for most of these altcoins. They're just about to break out of their accumulation zone, and then the halvening happens. We trend sideways a little bit and we start breaking out of these levels for the altcoins. So if we do that same analysis and go ahead and pull up the next Bitcoin halvening, which happens in April of 2024. Let's just plot that on the chart for us as well. So let's put it at the end of April, just to we can see kind of the same thing going on here. But interestingly enough, if we look at this accumulation zone, we had our first peak. The altcoins bottomed a few months after BTC. It rallied up, found resistance at this level, all of them. And what we can see now is some of them are already peaking above their accumulation zones. So this is very, very early for this to happen. But do we get a slight pullback here? Or do we move sideways and retest these breakout levels? This, I personally think, is not the start of the alt season, although many of the altcoins has been performing really, really well. I expect us to maybe get a slight pullback here under the breakout level, or rally higher and then come and retest these levels before going higher. Generally, markets like to retest their breakout levels. Can we see if we had retests back here? So as soon as the halvening happened and the altcoins started breaking out of their accumulation zones, it really didn't look back, right? But this chart tells us that we do in fact need to wait for the halvening and for the 38% into the cycle for the altcoins to really start taking off. I know this is exciting right now and lots of altcoins are popping off, but for us to have a sustainable altcoin season, a real altcoin season, I would like this to move sideways into this area, into 38% of the cycle, and then trend higher. Where does the altcoin speak out? As we can see in the previous cycle, 78% into the cycle, a few months before that, the altcoin season is generally over and the Bitcoin peak has already come in. So that would put it by the end of 2025. A few months before that, that takes us right into November, October of 2025, and maybe the end of September. There are a few eclipses. A new eclipse season starts here in 2025, so I would expect, and I will start taking altcoin profits in these areas over here. Let's just mark that out. So yeah, with that being said, this is a shorter video, very informative, lots of information. Do take it with a pinch of salt. We don't know what is going to happen, but a time analysis is generally a better thing to take a look out for. As W. Gans said, when the time is up, the price will reverse. It is much easier to time a market than to look at prices and find bottoms with prices. Time is a lot more reliable. And with that being said, thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers for now, and bye-bye.